Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies. We're back in chapter 10 of Takumi's route Immortality's Trial. Oh my god, well we're just starting yet because in the last episode, we managed to get back safely to Aurelia's place after that whole little tussle we had with Jun I. And Takumi was really heavily injured, but it's okay. Aurelia fixed him up really swell, so it's alright. And we passed out, we fell asleep, and then we woke up, and then, Takumi's fine, and they were just waiting for us to wake up. And Aurelia just remarked how, you slept a little bit longer than the guy who was injured. So he's like, what's up with that kind of thing? And she's just like, oh, maybe it's because I used a lot of my powers and, it really drained me a lot, even though I have my gear on, so it's kind of weird that's happening. And so Aurelia's like, that's kind of, yeah, that is weird. But anyway, so we sat down to discuss about a couple things that Takumi has found out, and I forgot how they found it out, but they concluded that the superintendent at the SSU is corrupted. Yes, so a big surprise there. Anyway, so yeah, he's a really hella shady guy, and he's at dealings with the Okuras, and he's in cahoots with them. And Takumi wants to expose him particularly, and because he's also probably behind why the superintendent is trying to cover up the case that Yasuhiro was working on, so the criminals being killed or murdered, and then also as well as his own case files regarding his coma and shit like that. So he wants to expose them, but then the only way to do it is to have someone on the inside to be able to get enough evidence to do that. We went over our options. It was his dad, it was Jinsel, and eventually it was his mom. Can't do Jinsel because Takumi didn't trust him enough. Can't do his dad because his dad is too higher up in rank, so he's probably being really heavily watched. And then so it leaves his mom, who's also in the force, but she's lower rank, so that means she can move around more easily. It's the only problem is that if we tell her or ask her, then that means Takumi has to expose himself and the things that he's been doing for the past 2 years, to which of course his mom has so strongly disapproved of, and yeah, she has no idea that he was doing it the entire time. So anyways, regardless, he came to the conclusion that yes, he has to ask his mom for help if he wants to do this. So we went to go see his mom. Takumi told her everything, sort of, but she got super mad at him about it because she's like, how could you do this to me kind of thing. But then afterwards she went chill about it. She was like, okay, fine, I get it, if this is what it takes, I'm all for justice, all for a dose of justice. So she's like, okay, I'll help you, alright, I'm glad that you came to me. And that was that, we settled it. And then we were walking back, and then we ran into someone who looked eerily like Jun, except it's not Jun, or so he claimed. So he was like, I'm not the guy who did whatever the hell he did to you, so just stay away from him. That was it. And we were like, what the hell? Who the hell was that? Does Jun have a brother? Is this his twin brother? And we were like, that's speculations. But then, yeah, and then afterwards, Takumi is off his game. He's really kind of down in the moods, and Hana wanted to find out more about it. But then afterwards, I think when he pulled out a cigarette, Takumi pulled out a cigarette to take off the edge, but then when Hana was about to light it with her magic, the cigarette just outright disappeared, and she's just like, what the hell is that? And then that's when she finally revealed to Takumi that, hey, something's wrong with me and my magic. And so Takumi called up, lo and behold, Shinji, and we went to go meet Shinji, and then we basically told him our diagnosis. We were like, oh my god, this is what's happening with us. And he's like, okay, so maybe it's because you've been using death magic. Have you been using death magic? And we're like, oh my god, how do you know? And he's like, yeah, because I see them, shadowy ass people too. And then he started going on explaining the bad effects of using death magic. Turns out that our soul is being depleted, it's being corroded because we use death magic, and that really upset Takumi. And that really had us shook as well, because we were like, oh snap, we're immortal technically, but what happens if we don't got a soul anymore? So what's gonna happen then? So we went back to the apartment, we were gonna go for some drinks, but then of course Hana has an emotional breakdown. Takumi confronts us about how could you do this? It's so dangerous, why didn't you tell me? And of course Hana yelled back, she's like, well, you risk your life too, you can't be the one to talk. And we just got really super emotional, and eventually we just had some needy ass sex, and that's it. And then yeah, we woke up the next day, Takumi's gone, Aurelia's there, and then when we went out to go talk to Aurelia was like, okay, so like Takumi, ever since he got his ass whooped by Junichi, he wasn't feeling too good about that. Like his pride is hurt. And so he went off to go do some stupid shit. And we're like, what the hell? And then she's like, yeah, I don't know where he is, so don't bother calling him because he don't want to be found out when he's like this. And we're like, great, so now what? Because I need to go find some answers. I don't know where to start. So Aurelia was like, okay, no. Hana was going over her options, and then she was like, oh yeah, it's that one guy who looked like Junichi but said he wasn't. So then she asked Aurelia, she's like, hey, do you know anything about possibly Jun having a sibling or something? She's like, yeah, I got some info on that, but you gotta pay me later in like an IOU kind of thing. So she revealed that yes, Jun does have a twin brother, lo and behold, and it's Naoki, and he actually works as a professor at Hagiwara University. Holy shit. So we go back to Hagiwara, we confront him. Hana was like, hey, I need some answers, and he's like, at first he's like, no, I ain't giving you no answers. But then she's like, she kind of like used a little bit of force on him and was like, you gotta tell me some answers or else I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, okay, fine. And then he just wanted some answers from us, or some questions from us too. And so we asked him questions about where to find Jun and if he knew anything about Yasuhiro being involved with the Akuras. He said no to the Yasuhiro thing, but he said, oh, if you want to find Jun, he's probably at the Fox's Tail by now. And so we basically, the only thing he wanted it from us was basically like, how did we get our powers, and we gave him like the short version of the story, and then we both headed over to the Fox's Tail because Naoki was like, yeah, I'm getting dragged into this shady ass shit too, and I need some answers as well. So we go over there, and lo and behold, we find Jun, and we find Jinso there, and Jinso's having a conversation with Jun. And then we go up and we confront the both of them. Jun reveals that yes, it was him that was sent to like go take care of Yasuhiro when he was digging around too deep, and somebody ratted him out about the whole like criminals being killed off shit. Because originally, Azucena wanted it to be kept hush hush kind of thing, you know, like nobody's supposed to know about this. But then Yasuhiro was, you know, he was getting too close to the truth of some shit. Got a hit on him. Jun went to go take care of that, but then Jun kind of walked out because he thought Yasuhiro would die when he like was finished with him. But of course, this lady with black hair showed up, and that's what put him in the comatose. Except nobody know who the hell this damn is. So we go back to Aurelia's place with Jinso, and then we asked Aurelia. Jinso made a conclusion, being the detective that he is. He's like, okay, so the missing link is basically this lady with black hair, except the only person who saw her was Takumi. And we're like, great, now we gotta go, you know, confront him and talk to him about it. So we go over, so so Aurelia said to go over to his place and check it out, and check if he's there. We do, and we went him to Naoki. Naoki was like, I'm really super curious as to how the hell this guy is put into a coma and for 3 years, and nobody knows how, like nobody knows the reason, but we're so close, so I'm gonna tag along with you. And we're like, okay, sure, fine. So we go over to Takumi's place. Lo and behold, he's actually there, which is like kind of weird because it's like, oh, Aurelia's like, oh my god, he's not gonna be found if, you know, we want to find him, but he's just there in his apartment, getting high, doing meth, doing whatever the hell. Anyways, whatever. We stop him from further, like, injecting himself with more heroin or some shit like that. But anyways, we basically gave him a rundown of what we found out with Junichi, and then now we filled him in on him saying that, hey, you're the only person who knows about this black-haired lady, and so we need to delve into your memories. And Hana was like, well, I know a memory spell, but I don't know if I could do it. And then Naoki spoke and was like, hey, I can probably help with that too, but Takumi was like, nah, I don't want your help, Naoki. Like, you're a shady ass bitch, and I don't trust you. And he was like, if the risk is so big, I'd rather Hana do it, and that's a bad choice. I'm such a nice person, and I ran along with your dumbass idea, and I got him killed. And so the first time around, okay, let's just forget about that. I didn't get him killed. That didn't happen. Okay, we're back, and we were like, you know what, Naoki should do this because he seems like he knows what to do. And of course, Takumi is just like, well, he don't look so happy, but we're like, you gotta suck it up, bitch, or else you're gonna end up dying by my hands. So yeah, that's where we ended off on. And Naoki's just like, okay, I need time to prepare the potion, so I'm gonna contact you, I'm gonna call you up once I get it done. And so now that's where we are. Everybody left the apartment, and it's only us two now. So so now we gonna get back to the main story. Let's see what's gonna happen now. So I'm left staring at Takumi, who, as he looks away, the empty syringes and trash on the floor between us. Oh my god. Takumi, we need to talk. He doesn't respond or look up. He just keeps holding his wrist where he had tried to put a syringe needle in moments ago. How many times have you done it? I take a few steps towards him until I reach him. I take both of his hands in my own and stare at his wrists, at the faint scars that lined his arms. Oh my goodness. Dude, why didn't you talk to me, dude? Why don't we get some fresh air? Yeah. Taku doesn't protest as I lead him by the hand to the balcony. Now out on the balcony, I stare up into Takumi's eyes until he finally looks at me. Why were you doing this to yourself, right? Dude, we could have talked. We could have had some heart to heart. And why all of a sudden, right? I found out about what? Takumi sighs. I found out that my mom was attacked by Azucena after trying to get the evidence I asked him for. Oh! Alright, okay, well, shit. Oh no indeed. Is she in the hospital? Is she okay? What's happening? My dad managed to help my mom, but I'm pretty sure Azucena is going to come after my family now. Oh shit. After me, you know. So I decided I have to end this. Well, doping up on heroin ain't gonna help it. Ain't gonna help your cause. I have to go straight to the source and find out what happened and get revenge and protect my family. Okay, but like, I'm the only one who can do this. Are you? Well, why? But me though. Hello? I see. I mean, what you're saying makes sense. And I understand why you wouldn't tell me about it or ask for help after seeing what happened to your mother. Oh yeah, okay, yes, but still, yeah, still, man, it was dangerous. That's dangerous. You said we were partners, right? You said you'd rely on me for help. So why all of this? I rub the scars on Takumi's arms, some marks still bleeding. It's not like it's for fun. I knew if I was going after her, I'd need every advantage I can get. Azucena, she's a demon and she's surrounded by powerful vampires. I'm only me, I'm only human. I stare up into Takumi's eyes as he continues, my eyes filling with tears. I feel inadequate. Oh no, girl. Don't. Especially when I'm with you. What about me? I'm forced to face how weak I am when I have someone to protect. And I feel my limitations even more. Who said I needed protecting, huh? When I think about how even you turned out to have magic. Oh, come on, ain't all that's cooked up to be, okay? Like, sure, I'm magical, but like, still, there's some downside to it. How you're even immortal, and I'm nothing compared to you. I don't know about being immortal as a perk. Maybe it is, but like, I think there's a lot more cons than it is pro. No matter how hard I work or how hard I struggle, no matter how much I improve, I'll never be able to compare it to any of you. I'll never be worthy of you. Hey, now. Not with that attitude. I feel anger bubble up inside of me. The tears won't stop running down my face as I glare up at him. How can you say that, right? You're dumb. Have you lost your mind? Could I help you find it? You're the most amazing person I know. I respect you so much. You've been struggling by yourself against immense odds since you were just a teenager. Even though you were so young and had no one holding your hand to guide you. You made yourself into this incredible person who can compete with almost anyone. You pushed yourself to human limits and beyond just to make others' lives better. How can that not be amazing? I drop my head and look away. I'm so scared for you all the time. I'm so worried about you all the time, right? At any time, I could lose you to something beyond our control or even to yourself. You always do your best and treat your friends with kindness. So why can't you use some of that kindness for yourself? Why aren't you allowed to mess up or fail every once in a while? Right? It's only natural. I do it too. Example, last episode. He's dead. Oh, fuck. My bad. Why aren't you allowed to feel sad about things and cry like everyone else? Why aren't you allowed to rely on others sometimes? I just wish that you treat yourself even half as kindly as you treat everyone else, right? Tears stream down my face while Takumi only stares at me. Then he hugs me. Yeah, let's just hug it out. Let's hug it out. I put my arms around him after a moment and he gently wipes my tears away. I rest my head on his shoulder. Taku leans down just a little and whispers in my ear. Thank you for caring about me so much, and I'm sorry that I made you cry. I'm sorry that I made you worry about me. It's alright. I mean, you know, it's what I do. I can't stop sobbing, can't stop my body from trembling in his arms. He pulls me back to look at my face. I try to wipe away my tears with my sleeves. Actually, there's something I want to give you. Really, what? Taku rummages through his pocket, he pulls something out and holds it out to me. I outstretch my palm and he drops something that feels like a necklace into my hand. Aw. Taku, what is this? Yeah. It's a gear crystal. I've been carrying it around for a while now. What? My gear crystal? What? I kept meaning to give it to you, but the timing never seemed right. But I kept it so long that I ended up thinking of you every time I saw, and... Well, I'll be happy if I can see you wear it now. It's synced to your gear. Oh! Oh, okay. I was like, oh, so throughout this entire time we've just been changing into our gear and not exactly having a gear crystal to be able to do like the little Madoka Magica kind of girl where we transform right on the spot. Okay, well, alright. I look at the necklace. It's silver-colored chain and deep blue gems inlaid with a wing-shaped pendant. Okay, oh, that's nice. The color of the gems is so The color of the gems is so deep that they look black at first. It's beautiful. It reminds me of the night. Yes, that's kind of what I was going for. The wing reminded me of you, how your mother used to call you Little Wing. Aw, that's a cute nickname. And how freeing it feels when I'm freeing it feels when I'm rooftop running. I was hoping it would remind you of me too. Oh, Taku, that's so sweet. I'll cherish it. Thank you. I almost start tearing up again, and I cover my face with the hand I'm holding the necklace with. Takumi gently moves my hand and then suddenly places his lips on mine. He gives me a soft, gentle kiss that only lasts for a few seconds. Surprised I don't know what to say or do, then a chilly breeze passes through me that makes me shiver. Let's go back inside. Let's go inside. Yeah, sure. Takumi takes my hand and opens the door, leading me in. I'm going to bed. Okay, cool. You should just go back to Aurelia's house. No, I want to stay with you. He tries to move toward his room, but I refuse to move, still holding onto his hand. He looks back at me, and I pull him closer to me, clinging to his arm. I don't meet his eyes. I don't want to go back. I want to stay here with you. Yes. Wherever you go, I want to go too. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'll be right here waiting for you. Takumi says nothing but begins walking towards his bedroom again, this time pulling me with him. Can we just cuddle? Oh, this is cute. In the dark bedroom, there's only a moment before Takumi sits on the floor, pulling me with him. Why the floor, though? I fall into his lap, and he easily catches me and pulls me into a kiss. I lean into him and slowly push him down to the floor. I guess we couldn't be bothered to climb up the bed, but there's also the couch there too, so like I don't know why the floor though. Oh well. Whatever. More room, I guess. The kiss begins slowly but becomes passionate and desperate. Oh, I still don't know what we are, but oh well, we'll just go with it. I know that I care very much for him, and I know that I want him right now. Oh, that's good on you. Good on you. I don't want to be away from him more than anything. Okay. The night between us is tinged with a different kind of desperation than before. A neediness to be close to each other, more so than ever before. I wonder, is this what making love means? I guess. And does it mean that that's where? And does that mean that's what we are? In love? Sure. That's what makes you feel better. All right. On the floor. When I wake up this time, I find Taku right next to me, still sound asleep. Oh, that's nice. I watch him sleep for a little while and sigh. I have to go. Go where? The thought of the morning after conversation is not something I feel like the thought of the morning after conversation is not something I feel like I want to suffer through right now. Slowly, carefully, I move out of bed so as to not wake him up. I guess we moved to the bed at some point. That's great. I grab some piece of paper and quickly write Taku a note. I'll be at Aurelia's, so come over when you're ready. I leave it right next to his sleeping face so that it's easy to find. Just plopped it right next to you. Just cuddle with it for now. Not that Taku would probably ever miss anything anyway. I'm fully aware that I'm chickening out of the whole friends who have slept together multiple times and need to figure out what they are thing. Because this isn't a really friends with benefits kind of thing. It's a little more than that. But I don't feel like I can face him right now because I'm confused too. Oh, shut up! I need to work out my sex life right now and my love life. I don't need this from you. Go away, Bill. I gather my clothes and try to get dressed without making too much noise. Stephanie, I told you, we could talk about this later, girl. Shadowy figures flickered into my view just in the corner of my eye, but I continued to get ready. This is awkward. It's still here, of course it is. The side effects of my death magic still haven't disappeared, not that I expected it to. But because there isn't exactly anything I can do about the creepy shadows, I've gotten used to them. I've just gotten used to them, yes. I finish getting dressed and quietly sneak out of Takumi's apartment. Okay, I'm back here. Since getting back from Takumi's, I've been trying to do some research on I've been trying to do some more research on death magic, yes. With several books spread out on the dining room table, I take notes on what seems to be relevant. I try to ignore the occasional whispers that like to make themselves known from time to time. Is it just me, or was it like some of them? This music in particular is like really like loud at times. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, whoa! I hear the front door open and close, and when I look up from my notes, I see Takumi and Aurelia walk in. Alright, hello. She's with him. Good. Relieved at the sight of the two, I finally realized how worried I was that he might not show up if left alone again. Yes. Did he get over his slump? Aurelia's eyes meet mine. Naoki contacted me. Oh, that's fast. He said he'll be over here in about 5 minutes to give the potion to Takumi. Okay. Oh, that's sooner than I expected. Yeah, right? Damn. He works fast. I thought it would take at least a few days, but now works fast, right? That's good. I glance at Takumi, who gives me a little smile, and I feel my face heat up. Aurelia's just like, damn, this is really awkward. Aurelia stares at us wordlessly. Before anyone can say more, there's a knock on the door. Oh, thank God. She goes to answer it, and of course it's Naoki, perfectly on time. Hello! The two stare at one another for a moment. Even from here, I can feel an odd tension in the air between them. Takumi and I look at each other for answers, but it doesn't seem like either one of us knows what's going on. You know each other? Yes, I would expect you do, because she knew that it was Junichi who had a twin brother, so it's like I'm assuming you're familiar with him. As if snapping out of a trance, Aurelia finally moves out of the way. Come in, yeah. Now nods slightly and briskly walks in. He pulls out a small vial out of his jacket pocket. Alright, sit down at the table. Alright. Takumi eyes the vial in Naoki's hand before obeying the instruction without comment. I sit down as well. I grip at the table as I watch Nao hand Taku the potion vial. Yes. Remember to breathe, Hana. Aurelia stands behind me. She puts a hand on my shoulder and I put mine on hers. Dude, this is so much better than what I had tried to do. So relax. Takumi examines the vial in his hand. This better not kill me or I'll kick your ass. That sentence doesn't make sense, but okay. And then he downs it. Yes. Seconds pass by with no reaction at all. Takumi opens his mouth to say something, but he freezes. What? What? Oh. I assume it's working. Naoki stands next to him and continues to calmly watch. Taku grabs his head and groans in pain. He bites down on his lip as tears form in his eyes. His whole body shakes. I move to get up, to rush to his side, but Aurelia holds me back with a firm grip on my shoulder. Oh God, what? Takumi, you good? Again, I try to run to him, but Naoki grips onto my other shoulder so that I'm left struggling against both of them. Finally, Taku passes out, slumped forward, though I'm not sure if he isn't dead. I'm sure he's not dead. He's fine. Takumi! Petrified by the very thought that he might be dead, I give up struggling. Please, please. It's fine. He's fine. Aurelia looks at Nao. Check on him. Nao obeys and leans down to examine Takumi. A few moments pass and Aurelia begins to look impatient. I think he's fine. Oh, she opens her mouth to say something again when suddenly Takumi lifts his head. Oh, you're back. Leaning forward, with elbows still resting on his thighs, he opens his eyes. He stares blankly into space ahead of him as tears stream down his face without pause. I take the opportunity to get rid of Naoki and Aurelia's grip and rush to him. Takumi holds his head. When I bend down in front of him, I search his eyes. So, what did you see? Takumi, are you okay? You good? He only shakes his head. Okay, no. Takumi, yeah, what happened, man? Tell me. He lifts his head up and looks straight at me. In between gasps of breath, he manages to slowly speak. His voice sounds strained and tired. The woman, black hair, yes. It was your mother. Oh! Damn! I had a feeling! I didn't voice it, but I did have a feeling. Like, I'm being honest here. Like, it's not just because it's like, I'm trying to voice it out, be like, oh yeah, I'm smart, you know? Yeah, I totally saw that. No, I actually had like an inkling of a feeling. I was like, who else do we know that's like, that has black hair that we haven't exactly been seeing? It's like, it was either some new character that would be introduced at that moment when we find out, or it's like, it could be Hana's mom, because Shizuka, because she does have long blackish hair, kind of, sort of. So I was like, whatever, let's just see what it is. But hey, alright, I'm not entirely surprised. A gasp escapes my lips, but it barely registers in my mind. What? Her? Well, she did have dealings with the Okuras, didn't she? Azucena? Yeah, makes sense. Was your mother the sorceress you mentioned, the one that passed down her powers to you? Yes. I can hear him, but my body refuses to let me respond. I can't so much as nod. She was, yes. Aurelia answers for me. Even in my frozen state, I feel grateful. I see, yes. Then the coma that was placed upon the detective has to be a magically induced spell. Oh. Since no one could figure out what it was, it would be reasonable to assume that it was a very obscure one. Perhaps even one that only someone who had at least some chaos manipulation abilities could use. Oh, we did it. And it's like I'm starting to piece things together too. And it's like, well, when we tried to do the memory spell on Takumi, Hana remarked how there was something blocking his memory from remembering who that black-haired woman was. And it's like, it seemed familiar. And she was like, hey, like, what is this? But then we ended up fucking it up. So it's just like, But now it makes sense. It's Shizuka. He immediately now turns around and heads for the door. Where are you going? Oh yeah, where are you going? Where are you going? Now stops and turns to face her. I'm going to do some research to find out what spell it might be. Oh, good idea. I'm interested to see if it's possible to wake the detective up. It would mean my deduction is correct and the mystery would be solved. And then you'd be happy. Okay. A loud thump at the door makes everyone pause. Who is it? Another loud thump. It's scary. Who the fuck? No one has time to say anything. The front door is kicked off of its hinges and it falls open. What? Now only stares at it fall as it falls just a few centimeters away from him and hits the ground with a loud thump. Dude. Oh. Standing on the other side is a vampire. But the real surprise is when Azucena Del Boss steps around him. She leisurely strolls into the apartment, evaluating everyone with her eyes. My. Azucena stops right in front of Naoki, arms crossed. She leans in towards him until she's right in front of his face. Your plan sounds solid, but I can't let you wake up Detective Arai. Why not? There's no need for him to ever wake up again. There's no need for him to ever wake again. Now just stares coldly back at her. He's like, you don't tell me what to do, lady. Takumi moves in a flash. Oh, girl. He springs out of his chair, but that's as far as he gets before Aurelia places a hand on his chest. Yeah, no, do not engage, please. Not in this tiny apartment. Well, it seems like a big apartment, but like this is still a closed space. Her eyes never stray from the intruders, however. Azucena looks at Takumi. A smart decision, especially when you don't know what's at stake. Okay. Turning back to Naoki, a positively evil smile comes over Azucena's face. Naoki, you and your brother have always been so close, haven't you? Yes. Uh-huh. Azucena laughs. Okay. You really should take better care of my pet in the future. What did you do? Oh! Damn! Man, they fucked you up, bruh! I'm so sorry. Kind of. Without looking away from us, Azucena signals her lackeys and they drag in a severely beaten up Jun. And he was the one who warned us. He was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you some information, but don't blame me if you got a hit on yourself. You got a hit on your head afterwards and people will start coming after you. But Wow, the irony in it all. He gets the jump first. They unceremoniously dump him at our feet, and one of them stomps on his chest. Ouch. Jun quietly grits his teeth but doesn't make a sound. Azucena turns to Naoki, who looks like he's barely restraining his anger. The man who tied up my loose ends 3 years ago will help tie up the last one. A kind of poetic end to a long drawn-out story, right? Wow. So you were involved too. Damn. If you should decide to resist or wake up the detective after all, then after you attend your brother's funeral, you can join him in death. Oh my goodness. Vampires enjoy sleeping in coffins, right? Is that a thing? Is it real though? A deep, intense hatred burns in Naoki's eyes, but he doesn't answer her or make any other moves. Alright, Azu smirks at him and then she looks at me. The girl is coming with me. Why? Taku tries to move, ignoring Aurelia, but Azucena motions to one of her lackeys, and one of them dashes forward to me and knocks me right the fuck out. The next thing I know, the vampire grabs me with one arm around my waist and wraps a hand around my throat, squeezing painfully. As much as it hurts, though, as much as I'm scared. I'm even angrier that they're using me against Takumi. I'm supposed to be his partner, not some damsel in distress. Are you gonna do something about it, girl? You gonna do something about it? But when I manage to turn my watering eyes towards Takumi, I can see he's just as pissed. He shoves Aurelia away and lunges for the vampire holding me. Oh my god. Chaos erupts in the room and the moment Takumi pulls out a dagger. Okay! Jun breaks the leg of the vampire who was holding him down. As he screams in pain, now speeds over in a blur. He pushes the vampire, sending him flying into a wall. He slumps down with a loud groan. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we leaving? Aurelia hops into the air, her wings fluttering behind her, and delivers a swift kick to the vampire holding me. Nice, thanks girl. She grabs my wrist, pulling me away from the vampire, and we step back just in time to avoid Takumi's dagger sinking into his stomach. Takumi follows up with several more stabs, and I can't help but cringe, still unused to the raw violence. Well, you're gonna see more of it, so... behind Takumi, I see another vampire charge forward, knife in hand. Do something, girl. Oh no, you fucking don't. Yes. I push my hands outwards to create a shield around Takumi, but the vampire suddenly screams in pain. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Works. Still works. The knife falls from his hand as he drops to his knees with a gargle. Blood drips from his mouth, ears, and nose, and he just drops to the ground, completely still. Oh god, what did I... Shit. I'm so OP. What did I do? Oh god. No. I can feel myself shaking. I can't take my eyes off of the motionless form on the ground. Oops. Is he... Yeah, he's dead. He looks good as dead. Oh. I hear a metallic click right next to my head and the feeling of cold metal suddenly against my stomach. Well, in this moment of stillness and absolute fear, my eyes drift to Takumi. I see that he's grappling with the original vampire that held me. Yeah. He's lying on the floor, on his back, a knee in the vampire's stomach as he's relentlessly stabbing him. I know he's doing it to survive, but it's an image I don't think I'll ever forget. Tossing the vampire off of him, he rolls to his knees. He's about to get up when he looks at me. Then at the gun pointed right at me. And finally at Azucena behind me. No. There are some questions you should be asking yourself right now. Should yet another person die because of you? Is your comatose brother really worth your pretty little girlfriend dying? Will you make yet another mistake due to your own recklessness? But I thought I was immortal though. Can you live with the guilt of this one? Taku is visibly thrown off and stares at her with wide eyes, trembling. Even in this tense situation, I find myself wondering what Azucena is talking about. Mistake? Does she know about something in Takumi's past? Probably. He doesn't react even as the other vampire rips his dagger away from him and throws it. He then jerks Takumi's arms behind his back, holding them there, and Takumi just lets him. I'm scared, terrified out of my mind, but I try not to let it show. I feel like my smile comes out as a grimace instead. Taku, remember, I'm immortal, so there's nothing she can do to me. Azucena practically whispers, all traces of her smile gone. I'm so terribly curious to see what will happen to you then. What? A sort of primal fear grips me as I realize that I am prey in the clutches of a predator. She looks at Taku. Hey kid, is it true? What? Is even your girlfriend more powerful than you? What does it matter? Something flashes into Takumi's eyes and I swear I see him twitch. He tilts his head, his eyes wide and uneven. Why don't you find out? With that, he headbutts the vampire behind him, breaks free of her grip. What the fuck? And lunges for Azucena. Dude! Oh shit! He's going ham! But as he does, I hear an extremely loud bang go off. Did she just shoot me? I feel cold. Strange. Everything shifts and turns around me. Oh. I'm falling. Oh, I got shot. I can't hear anything, just a high-pitched sound ringing through my head. There's something warm flowing down my ear. I want to reach up to touch my face. There's an obscenely searing pain in my head, my face, or maybe everywhere. Did I get another bad ending? It hurts so much it seems to overtake everything. But I don't reach up. I don't move. Not really. All I can do is fall, and all I can see is the abject horror in Takumi's eyes as he reaches out to me. Everything feels extremely far away, like the world is fraying at the edges, slowly disappearing. Okay. Oh, I must have been shot. Yes. No, Takumi will be sad. He'll blame himself. It's too hard to think. The darkness follows me as I feel my consciousness slip away. Oh. I feel my body hit the ground and then... darkness. Did I die? I can't die. Ow! Oh shit! Oh my! Okay! Alright, chapter 11, Daywalker! Am I a vampire? Am I gonna get turned into a vampire? But I'm immortal though. So all there is darkness. Sometimes I dream things, alright? It's strange. Sometimes I can remember that dreams, other times I only know that I did dream. But trying to remember them feels like trying to gather water with a sieve. With a sieve, whatever. Whatever the hell is that is. Time passes, I think. Maybe. I dream about many things. Shizuka and my childhood memories, the ritual, and the time I spent together with Takumi and Yasu. There's one dream in particular that stays so vivid in my mind. It's a dream of one of the last times that I can remember with all three of us being together. Alright, I'm talking to Yasuhiro. The evening sky casts its light upon his beautiful face. He curiously looks down at me as I shuffle my feet, a patient, good-natured smile on his face. Yasu is really handsome and cool. Oh. Plus he's a teenager, so I can't really be his girlfriend, but I'll be a teenager too soon. No, girl. I'm already 12, so no, girl. Why won't he look my way? Because he'll be labeled as a sexual offender if he does. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Oh, or don't be a jailbait. Come on, girl. I mumble. I smile, but can't manage to look directly up into his violet eyes. Even still, I have to confess to him. He has to know. I need to tell him. I continue. I just wanted to tell you. Yasu's eyes immediately widen and move from my face to something to his side. I turn to follow where he's looking. All I get is a glimpse of white hair and yellow before Takumi throws his arms around my neck. It's all I have time to process before we both fall over from the force of the sudden hug. Ah, Taku! We both fall to the ground, Taku half on top of me. He pushes himself up and looks down at me, smug. Angry, I push him off of me. I glare at him as we both sit on the ground. Taku, what the heck? I continue to stare at a blank Takumi, demanding an answer. He looks away, clearly troubled, before turning red. He jumps up and begins to stammer. I just thought you had a bug on you. Yeah, I think he was aware that I was about to confess, but he was like, not today! No, girl! I stand up, balling my hands. I lean forward into Taku's face, and he reflexively leans back. So you tackled me? Yes. What kind of bug needs to be tackled? A big one. Taku simply stares back at me with wide eyes. Silence stands between us. At least until I hear laughter. We both turn to look at Yasu, who's now nearly bent over, wheezing with laughter. What? Yasu slaps his leg in mirth, and Taku and I both frown. You two, you're so weird. Hey. Taku begins, unhappy. I feel my face become warm as I realize that my crush thinks I'm weird, thanks to freaking Taku. Yasu stands up straight, then wiping his eye. Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. Especially when you've got each other to be weird with. You two will make a cute couple someday. Aww. What? Ew, cooties! I screech in a high-pitched voice, causing Yasu to start laughing all over again. How could this have gone any worse? I'm so mad at Taku that I don't even bother to look at his reaction to this. Later, I would scold Taku for bothering me and giving Yasu the wrong idea. But he only listened with a sad smile. Back then, I couldn't possibly have imagined that I would want Yasu to be right about us. Oh, wow! I'm alive! I opened my eyes to a now familiar place. So very tired, my whole body feels so heavy, I almost want to give in, close my eyes again and simply sleep. Oh girl. I allow myself to just stare out the window, my eyes going out of focus. I watch the stars twinkling into existence in the night sky as they always do. Hey, guess who came back from the dead? I don't know how much time passes, but the bedroom door opens and I automatically turn to look. Seeing Aurelia gives me a sense of both relief and disappointment as she turns on a light. Ah, that's bright. You're awake? Yes, I am. She quickly checks me over, putting her cool hands on my head. I sigh at the unexpectedly soothing feeling of her skin against mine. After she finishes, she begins to explain what happened to me. You've been asleep for over a week. Well, I could imagine, getting shot in the head. I would be really surprised if I wasn't out for like a week at least. But obviously you didn't die even after suffering a shot to the head. I know, right? Isn't that cool? You've got a pretty nice scar to commemorate it though. Oh, do I? Aurelia touches my hair on the side of my head. I touch the painful scar myself, feeling the rough, unfamiliar pattern under my hair. What happened to Azucena? Is Takumi alright? Right, what happened? Naoki was able to subdue Azucena with Takumi's help. He went completely crazy and was able to disarm her. Oh shit. Takumi was like an animal, desperate and wild, like nothing I've seen for. Yeah. Takumi was like an animal, desperate and wild, and like nothing I've ever seen from a human in years. Oh, well, he's been doing shit with potions and vials and drugs, so I don't know what's gotten in his system, but damn, he was completely out of control. Along with Azucena losing you and Jun her trump cards, she ordered a retreat. Okay. She probably guessed she had done enough with you apparently dead. Nah, so bitch, you thought, girl. Jun tried to hold Takumi back on now and I examined you, but even for him it was hard. Aurelia explains that when Naoki told him that my heart was beating, Takumi finally calmed down. Wide-eyed, he broke down into tears and started sobbing. Naoki suggested that I be taken to the hospital, but Aurelia had objected. Why? She thought that Azucena might attempt to finish me off, or at least try to capture me again. Oh, right. True. True. So they brought another healer in that Taku apparently knew well. But Taku wouldn't stop crying. It was like he was a broken man. I mean, seeing someone you really care about get shot in the head right in front of you, it's not exactly a pretty thing to witness. So I don't blame him. Neither Naoki or Junichi knew what to do with him, and I eventually got so frustrated with him while we were trying to help you that... Did you sedate him? I told him to just get out if he was going to be like that. Oh, you could have just sedated him. Aurelia looks away. I regret that, yeah. Taku left then, sobbing about how he couldn't stop what happened to you. How he couldn't help you now, and how he was so useless. He hasn't been seen since. Oh my gosh. Aurelia seems more than ashamed of her actions, so I don't feel the need to say more. Taku, I'll leave you alone for a while. I've got some things to do, now that you're awake. Oh right. Aurelia leaves me with my thoughts. And soon enough, I find myself crying out of stress and frustration of the whole situation. Yeah, I stay in bed the whole night, still exhausted from healing. Before sleep can come, my thoughts drift to Shizuka. Thanks, Mom! Your immortality curse came in handy, actually. What did she do to Yasu back then? Can I even undo it? I don't know. Whatever the answers are, I know that I have to find Takumi first. Right. Jesus, the next day when I wake up, even though Aurelia tried to dissuade me, I left the house to look for Taku. I decided to go to Jinsol and ask him for help to find him. Jinsol! I don't know if you've heard that I got shot in the head, but like I'm here now and I need help to find Takumi. I'm still exhausted, but I now stand in front of the detective. Having explained the situation to him, I await his answer. Of course I will. Thank you. It's my duty, especially after what happened to Yasu. If he ever woke up, I know he'd want to do. If he ever woke up, I know that he'd want to know his little brother was safe. I look up at Jinsol in surprise. His words bring back a thought I had last night. That's right. What? Actually, we might be able to wake Yasu up. It's a long shot, but I want to talk to Naoki again. I remember him saying something about having an idea to wake him up. Really? Yes. Oh yeah, you weren't there for that whole mess. Yes, that's true. If so, then what are we waiting for? Yasu could have the plug pulled. Yeah, Yasu could have the plug pulled on him at any time. Right. We need to go down there immediately, but we don't know exactly how he's gonna go about doing it though. That's the thing. I nod, terrified by the thought that they could have killed Yasu while I slept in a coma of my own. Right. With Jinsol grabbing his hat on the way out, we leave to find Naoki. Okay, well, Takumi can wait. We're gonna find Naoki first. Jinsol and I enter Naoki's classroom to find him just about to leave for the day. I'm back, Professor Okura. It's you? Yes. Moi. So you really did survive. You may very well be immortal. I mean, hello. Do you know anyone else that got shot in the head and survived? I don't think so. Yeah. Thank you for helping me. You had no reason to do so, but you did anyway. I had no reason not to do so either. Naoki bends down to stuff his papers into his briefcase. Unable to argue with Professor Okura's logic, I change the subject. I'm here because... Do you remember talking about there being a way to wake Detective Yasuhiro up? Naoki slings his briefcase over his shoulder and looks at me with disinterest. I already figured out the spell and put it aside days ago. Now that I know, I have no interest in it. Why? Really? Why? Well, I'd like to attempt the spell if you'll show me it. His whole demeanor changes immediately. Why? You actually want to? Yes, even though you probably killed a man back there with your unstable magic. Right, I did kill a vampire. Yes. I know, but Yasuhiro's been in a coma for years. Taku's family can't even afford to keep him on life support any longer. If I did somehow kill him, I'd probably be doing him a favor. Oh. So, Jinsol puts a gentle hand on my shoulder. I understand that this is all or nothing as well. I nod. I'm ready to accept the burden if it happens. But this is his only chance at truly living. I can't let fear stop me from grasping at whatever chance he could have for a real life again. Wait, what are we doing? Seeing my resolve, Naoki goes to his desk, puts his briefcase on it, and pulls out a book. I don't do magic myself, but I don't mind trying to teach you what I've figured out. It's not a complex spell, at least not the one I found. It's based in death magic. Well, your girl can do death magic, so let's go. So there's a price to pay. Naoki nods. But Takumi would pay it in a heartbeat, wouldn't he? Teach me, please. Yes, teach me how to Dougie. I'll try to find some leads on Takumi's whereabouts then. Oh, great. Multitasking, yes. Jinsol heads off, and not wanting to waste any time, Naoki begins teaching me what he understands of the spell he believes will save Yasu. Because I had studied death magic before, it wasn't that hard for me to understand how I was supposed to perform the spell. As always with death magic, the spell was simple enough. It was always more about the price I was going to have to pay with my soul. After leaving the university, I called up Jinsol and told him to meet me at the hospital. And despite my own nerves, I called up Taku's mom and dad and explained the situation. They told me they would rush right over when they could, so now I prepare alone to go to the hospital. To perform the spell that will either save Yasu's life or end it. Okay! When I get to the hospital, Jinsol is there and so is Yasu's mom and dad. Haha, no pressure at all, right? I know, right? I mean, like, I fucked up in another timeline with Takumi, so, you know. I look down at Yasu's thin and extremely pale form as his mother watches with big, worried eyes. Nyoko looks like she's Nyoko looks like she's trying not to cry, while Tsurumatsu looks just as worried with his arm around her shoulders. Alright. I take a deep breath and pull up a chair to Yasu's side. I try not to think about how gaunt his face looks or how much life he's lost up till now, and how he might lose it all if I don't do this right. I tug on my necklace, twisting it between my fingers. I feel a little nervous about activating my gear crystal here like this. It's alright, but the thought of Takumi giving it to me calms me. I hold back the little smile, threatening to form and activate it. Poof! I place my hand slowly, hesitantly on Yasu's head, almost jumping away when I feel how cold he is. If I didn't know any better, I think he was already dead. Yeah, I think he was already dead. Keep it together, Hana. You're his only hope. Alright, here we go. I steel myself and close my eyes, taking deep breaths. Oh, we're gonna do this again. I reach deep within him and see Yasu's soul in my mind. Surrounded by a thick fog, I can barely tell what's what. Somewhere in the distance, I see a light. Is that his consciousness? Trapped and tangled like a fly in a spider web, it sits almost completely engulfed by the fog. That's it. That's what I have to get. Carefully, I work on untangling the web around his soul. Somehow the power around it feels familiar to me, because it's Shizuka! Investigate the power, ignore it. Oh god, why? No, just concentrate, focus. Focus. I mean, why were we getting distracted now? Like, why would it be significant here? I mean, I know it's familiar, but like... Oh, but like, it would be good to get to know what it is, so maybe we could find something out? Maybe? Investigate it. This power, it's what? It's Shizuka! Yeah, I know! Oh my gosh! Those green eyes staring down at me, so vivid and bright, yet so completely cold and void of emotion. Any words I could say get stuck in my throat. I feel like I'm going to pass out again. No, I'm not there. This isn't real. Of course not. I'm not back there again. Girl, concentrate. With a wave of her hand, my lips snap shut. Now completely paralyzed, all I can do is watch. No! Girl! Shizuka kneels in front of me. She takes out a small vial of some strange liquid. Please no, I'm not. This isn't real. Not anymore. This isn't happening. Yes. Leave me alone. I don't want to remember. I don't. Oh, girl. Focus. I start to feel the connection to Yasu's soul start to slip away from me. No, come on, Hana. Hold it together. I grab onto the web surrounding his soul. Oh my god, girl. Come on. Shizuka stares at me and I can see the green of her eyes start to swell and change into brown. I feel a sharp pain in mine at the same time. I want to scream as the pain spreads from my eyes to the rest of my body. The pain from the memory feels so real that I desperately grasp onto the web holding Yasu so as not to let it slip away completely. The force behind it makes it tear away and fall apart completely. I did it? Did I? Shit! A chilling cold settles on me. Something screams. It doesn't sound human. I don't have to open my eyes to feel the shadows moving closer. One of them passes right through me and I can barely breathe. Oh shit. They move to Yasu, grabbing and clawing at him, at his light. No. Oh my god. But I can't move. I can't do anything to help him, to stop the shadows. His end decided, ours now. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Did I fuck this up again? I feel sick. I understood. Yes. I can't even open my eyes, but I feel some of the shadowy figures looking at me. One stands right in front of me. I can feel its frosty breath against my skin. Please, no, don't take him. They all whisper at me, but it's all a jumbled mess. I see one of them hold a small flickering light in its hand. Yasu, no! Oh my god. They disappear. Did I fuck up? I think I fucked up. Nyoko looks at me. What's wrong? Just then, Yasu's monitor starts beeping fast. Oh! I don't answer, my eyes locked entirely on Yasu. I can almost feel myself being pulled back into the nightmare of that night. Or did I never leave it? Was all this just a dream to escape the pain? No, I'm not back there. I'm here. I'm supposed to be saving Yasu. Nyoko shakes off her husband's hand and runs to me. She grabs my shoulders and shakes me. What's wrong, Anna? I look at Nyoko, unable to hide the silent horror in my eyes, and then back down to Yasu. I wordlessly shake my head as nurses come running into the room. One touches Yasu's neck, searching for a pulse, while the other checks his wrist. The nurse looks at each other in muted horror as the monitor suddenly flatlines. Are you kidding me? No! Oh my god, I killed another one. Tsurumatsu holds Naoko back as the nurses tear open Yasu's hospital gown and bring out the defibrillator. I'm pushed out of the way and I watched as everything seems to go into slow motion as they try again and again to bring him back to life. The sounds of Nyoko's wailing and the nurses and doctors yelling, and Yasu's lifeless body as I see his soul fade away continue to haunt me for years to come. I lost a piece of my own soul in the process of trying to save Yasu, but that doesn't matter now. None of it matters now. Yeah, none of it matters because none of the Urai's ever talked to me again. I never saw Takumi again, nor did I find out what happened to him. For all I know, he could have suffered his brother's fate. Dead at the end of some pier, murdered by Azucena's hand. And even though whatever happened to him wasn't directly my fault, I would still bear that guilt as if it were every day. And my remaining years are ones of an empty immortal life, with a corrupted, damaged soul and nothing but regrets to fill it. I got another achievement, guys! No, that was not an achievement! I got another ending. Oh my god, I thought it was gonna help her, not freak her out. God damn it, Hana. Why did you gotta do that to me? Okay, ignore it. I knew I should've. I suck at listening to my gut instincts in this route, girl. I'm better than this. I'm better than this, and yet there I am. I fucked up twice. Oh god. But I ignore it and focus solely on untangling the mess in my mind and separating the web from his soul. I can't tell the exact purpose of it all, but it feels like Shizuka put some part of my metaphysical net over. I can't tell the exact purpose of it all, but it feels like Shizuka put some sort of metaphysical net over Yasu to capture his soul. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Just what is she trying to do? I don't know. As I touch the tangled construct, I get the odd feeling that time almost comes to a stop. It's like it loses all meaning. I draw from myself and the web begins to respond at my touch. It slowly unravels itself under my will. As it falls apart, it disappears, fading away completely. Somehow I know that the construct only responded to me without lashing out because it really did belong to Shizuka. It felt so much like me that I have no doubt about it. Okay, there we go. As the very last strands holding onto Yasu disappear, I open my eyes and take my hands off of him. Breathing heavily, I can feel the sweat of my brow. The world and all my senses come back into focus once again. Okay, I look down at Yasu, praying that everything went well. Okay, get up. Now, I already know what happened if I did the other option, so you have no choice but to get up right now. Did it work? Well, it better. Hey, bruh! Yasu's eyelids flicker just slightly and I gasp in relief. The minute his eyelids move, struggling to open, his mom and dad rush over to him. I only get to see a glimpse of his violet eyes before his mother is hugging him and his father is blocking the view. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. With my job done, I let my gear crystal turn off with a single thought. I step back and watch the scene unfold with a smile. Let's just pretend whatever happened before didn't happen. I did it. I brought Yasu back to his family. Yes! I did it, and all in one go. Yay! Pat on the back to me. I'm so happy. I can't wait to tell Takumi. Yasu tries to use his voice, but whatever he wants to say come out only as a series of raspy gasps. Yes, you haven't used your voice in 3 years, sir. Jinso, get the nurse. Yes, Jinso seems unusually flustered and runs to go obey Nyoko. Seeing the happy reunion, I feel rather out of place, so I quietly walk out of the room too, exhausted. Alright. That took out a lot of me. I look around the hall for somewhere to sit down. Only Naoki really knows what sort of magic I actually used for this. I can't really imagine telling anyone, death and chaos combined into one. Yeah, I can already see how well that would go down with people. I sigh. Whatever, it worked, so I'm all good. I used up a tiny piece of my own soul to wake him up, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Yes, to see Mr. and Mrs. Arai happy like that, and if Taku was here, he'd be ecstatic about it too. And then he'd yell at me because he'd be like, what did you do? Oh my god, you're using death magic again? Just need to actually find him to tell him that his brother is awake. A nurse almost passes by me, but she stops and doubles back to me. What? Are you okay, dear? I'm great. Do I look pale? Yes, you look rather pale. I shake my head and give her a little smile. Thank you, but I'm fine. It's just stress. The nurse smiles back at me kindly. Just remember that you can ask someone to look at you if you start feeling worse, okay? Sure. After I nod, she continues on her way. Ha, I wonder if I keep doing this crap, can I end up as a literal zombie since I can't die? Maybe. I hear faint footsteps behind me and a familiar voice calls out to me. Hey. Hey, what? I spin around to see Jinso. He carefully examines my face. You alright? I'm great. I nod, a little too hard perhaps. Yeah, the whole thing just took a little bit out of me. Even though you didn't do it for me, I want to thank you for waking up Yasu. Yes, I managed to smile and nod again. Did you need something? I might have found a lead on Takumi. Oh, really? Really? Where's he at? Where he at? Suddenly my vision blurs for a moment, and I press my hand to my head, swearing. You might think that you're fine, but you look very ill. Do I? You should go home. We'll talk more later, when I have more information. Do you want me to take you home? I'm good. Yeah, I shake my head. No, I'll be fine. You should help with Yasu. I'm sure his parents will appreciate the support. If you're sure, call me if you run into any trouble. Any at all, okay? Yeah, sure. Alright. I feel far too exhausted to even attempt to argue. Somehow I manage to nod and we part ways. I hope I can make it to Aurelia's before I pass out. Again. Alright, I did it. A few days have passed. Those few days have been spent feeling anxious over Takumi, or rather the very noticeable lack of him. Aurelia hasn't just let me stay in bed, however. She's been making me practice some basic self-defense with her or study up on my magic. I've practiced a few new spells, but I can't know if I'll be able to do them correctly until I'm actually fighting. Today I've been awake for a while, but I still can't find it in me to get out of bed, even though I know Aurelia might come to make me. Yeah. I sigh and turn over, my feet tangled in the bed sheets, but I can't find it in myself to care. I know that thinking about him is pointless right now, as I haven't been able to get back in contact with Jinso. Where is this man then? And I only just started feeling like I'm not going to drop from exhaustion any minute. My mind slowly drifts as I looked out the window. Why did Shizuka put Yasu in a coma? Maybe it's to save him, I don't even know. Why was she in contact with the Okuras? Was she just evil all along? No, I don't think so. My phone rings, interrupting my chain of thoughts then. I quickly turn back over and grab my phone. The name Jinso Moon flashes on the screen. About damn time. Hello, sir. I nearly dropped my phone trying to answer it. Hello? Hey, I need to talk to you in person. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, sure. Where do I... come to the hospital, to Yasu's room. What? Oh, okay, I'll see you soon. Alright. I end the call and jump out of bed to get ready. Okay. Although curious as to why we're meeting here, I got dressed and made it over to Yasu's hospital room as directed. Okay, I opened the door into Yasu's room and stopped, completely stunned. Oh, my! A vaguely familiar tall man stands in front of the window. You're up and about. Really? Oh wait, well a few days passed, but like, damn, like for someone who's been in a coma for 3 years, you're like up and about really fast. His black hair is styled to absolute perfection. Every single strand of his hair seems to be deliberately placed just right. He's working on fixing his cuffs on his expensive-looking suit as he looks down at Jinso, who's sitting on the edge of the hospital bed. Wow. Oh my. They turn to look at me and I'm suddenly struck by how handsome the stranger is, only it's not a stranger at all. Yasu. Damn, Yasu! Shit, son! Oh damn! Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry I killed you the first time. But goddamn, you hella fine. Yasu is no longer the sickly, gaunt-looking Yasu, but a built, strong, and sturdy-looking man. A whole lot of man. The Yasu standing before me looks so completely different from when I saw him just a few days ago that I don't know how to react. Yes, me neither. Am I seeing things? Did I finally lose it? Hey, Hana. Oh. You finally came to see me. Feeling better? Hey girl, now I get it. I get it now, you know? I don't blame you now. Cause damn, that's a hella fine man. He's a hella fine specimen. Whatever words I do try to form come out as incoherent noises instead. Right, I'm here for Takumi. God damn it. Shit. Yasuhiro finishes fixing his suit and walks right up to me. I find myself looking up at him, still unable to get myself out of my shocked state. Was he always this tall? Yasu smiles down at me, that kind smile that always made me feel so calm and safe when I was younger. There's something different about him. Oh. And it's not just the fact that he's somehow gone back to looking like he was never in a coma in the span of a few days. Something I can't quite put my finger on, something strange and different yet somehow weirdly familiar behind his eyes. Well, the chapter is called Daywalker. So is he like a vampire hybrid? You're surprised to see me like this. Yeah, I am, he chuckles. Not that I blame you. Even my parents were surprised by the speed of my recovery. As it turns out, getting turned into a vampire really helps with that sort of thing. Oh my gosh! A vampire! Oh my god. I can't catch up with everything I'm seeing, hearing. My brain doesn't want to understand this turn of events. Yasuhiro nods, an odd smile playing on his lips. Not exactly my first choice, but preferably over dying in some dingy alleyway alone. Yes. And anyway, it's useful, so I'm not gonna complain. Suddenly he moves in even closer, taking my hands in his big ones. I feel so small like this. Yes. Thank you, Hana. Okay. Yasu's smile turns wider, and I can see his fangs glint in the last rays of the setting sun. Oh right, the setting sun. Oh, it makes sense. I'm told that it was you who woke me up. Yes. And when you came in, I felt it, the same kind of gentle energy that reached out to me back then. Oh wait, he can sense me now. He can sense me? How? I guess it's part of being turned into a vampire, right? I guess. I'm not entirely sure that I want to know the answer to that. You've grown up so beautiful. I really missed a lot. Yeah, it's strange to suddenly see you like this. Yeah, it feels like yesterday that I saw a teenage girl in front of me. Well, it basically was for him. Yeah. My lips twitch into a smile. In my heart, I feel for him, to wake up after years and as something entirely different. It must definitely feel far stranger than Yasu is willing to admit. And it's at this moment that it finally clicks. Yasuhiro is as handsome and suave as ever, but my heart just doesn't pound for him like it used to. Girl, if you don't want him, I'll take him. Someone clears their throat and Yasuhiro and I turn to Jinsel. He's like, yeah, bruh. Jinsel nods towards the doorway and we finally realize that Naoko and Tsurumatsu have just walked in. Oh! Ho-ho! Yasuhiro calmly steps away from me and turns to greet his parents with a smile. Mom, Dad, it's good to see you. Oh, Hana, you're here! Yes, I am! Good, Tsurumatsu and I wanted to thank you. Ah, you brought our son back to us. Yes, I did! Didn't I? There are never going to be enough words to properly show you our gratitude. And Jinsel clears his throat again, drawing everyone's attention to him. I apologize for interrupting, but there is something urgent that I need to tell everyone. Right, Takumi. Where the hell is this boy? I'm fairly certain I found Takumi, and I believe he's with Azucena. Why? What? I feel a lot of mixed emotions, but mainly relief. Yasuhiro looks just as shocked, so I can make a safe guess that he already knew about his little brother's disappearance. I don't know what's going on, but the trail Takumi left, it was careless and anyone could tell that he was looking for her whereabouts. It doesn't bode well. Of course not. I mean, he's going in on this alone. Everyone in the room is grimly silent, not knowing whether Takumi is dead or alive. And then suddenly I snap myself out of it and clench my fists. Well, we've just gotta go find out what happened then, right? Even if it is into Okura territory. Yes. Wow, Hannah. I don't know what happened, but you've really changed. Well, I got a lot of shit to happen to me, right? Okay, so like, you know, I ain't gonna just sit back and just take it. I shrug. I guess I have. Yeah. Well, I don't like you going, but Jinsel told me you've been fighting this whole time, so... Who am I to judge? I've been lying in a damn bed this entire time. Right. Instead of complaining, I'll back you up. Thanks. Oh, are you coming then? Yes. Are you sure that you can still fight? What? I've never been more battle ready in my life, right? I'm a new man. New powers and all. And anyway, skills like mine are not something you can get, no matter how long you sleep, right? Muscle memory and shit. So of course I'm coming. Alright, like hell you aren't. We just got you back. But Mom, can I really just leave my baby bro like this? I swore that I would always protect him, but I failed. I got stuck in this damn bed for years, and he had to go through so much as a result. He risked everything to help me this entire time. I can't just leave him I can't just leave him, right? What kind of bro would I be? Chill, Mom. He's a vampire now. I'm sure he's more robust than he ever will be, you know? Naoko starts to sob. She tries to cover her face as her whole body shakes. Tsunamatsu goes to her, pulling her into his arms. He holds her close to him. Yasu looks away. He continues to speak, though his voice is much lower than before. I'm not human anymore, Mom. So you don't have to worry about me, right? Naoko chokes back another sob, and I look away along with Jinso. Yeah. I feel so awful that Naoko has had to suffer so much because of Azucena and possibly Shizuka. That all of them have, that I have. She tried to murder me. I will end this once and for all. Azucena is never going to stop coming after them. And it's high time the bitch paid her dues. I turn back to face Naoko. I'm so sorry that all of this happened, Mrs. Arai. Yeah, but I promise that I'll take good care of both of your sons, for the most part. And I'm never letting Takumi go again once I find him. Naoko tries to put a brave front and smiles, and I pretend like I don't see the tears still running down her cheeks. I feel better knowing that you're going, Hana. Thanks. Men can be so hopeless without women. And there's no one I trust more with my sons than you. Yeah. Please take good care of them. Yes, of course. This time I'm not gonna fuck up. I'll try not to. Despite the tears, her words warm my heart. I smile and nod, remembering that how she's always made me feel accepted into the family. Yes. If we're going, then we should go now. Yes. It's best if we don't delay this any longer. We might not have any time to lose. Jinso and I give a nod. With that, Yasuhiro, Jinso, and I walk out of the room together, leaving the Arai parents behind. Alright! Here we go! Oh my god! Okay, chapter 12, 13, 14. I wonder where I am for time. I wonder, because it seems really short, like the chapters, so maybe I could squish in... Either way, one of the episodes would have to have 3 chapters, either it's this one or the next episode, but so yeah, I just want to see. I wonder if I can do this. Actually, yeah, let's do this, because I totally always end up forgetting about the final chapter, which is like where it branches off from mystic to dark to like whatever, mystic, dark, and passionate ending. Yes, I always forget that, so it'll be 3 and 3 for the next episode, because, wait, hold on. I'm in chapter 12, there's 14 though, so 12, 13, 14, and then, if I do 12 now, 12, 13, 14, okay, let's do 12, let's do it. Clash in the Underworld. Let's do it, let's get right into it. Action, yes. Jinso, Yasu, and I stride down Yoru Street with me in the middle. Yeah, it's my own gang. I got my own squad. Jinso quickly explains to us about Azucena's hideout. Okay, what's the plan? Just storming in right now would be suicide and completely idiotic. Well, I figured, but so like, what are we gonna do? So we need to prepare before we can go in. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Do you still have that weapons cache hidden away? Ooh, weapons cache. This feels so weird, walking between 2 detectives like this. Listening to them talk about pulling off a rescue mission. Feels like I'm in some movie, right? Nothing about my life has been even remotely normal since that day. There's been danger at every turn. But right now I feel safe, yes. There's something about these 2 together like this that makes me feel confident that we can do it. Oh, but there is something. Hey Yasu. What? Yasu glances back at me. Yeah, what's up, Hana? Can you explain what exactly happened up until now? Alright, dude! How did you even get turned into a vampire? I just realized that I don't know your side of the story. It's a really long story. Oh, but I want to know. There's no time for me to tell the whole thing, so I'll just explain what happened on the last day. Yes, that's all I'm really interested in anyways. Basically, I was getting too close to Azucena's secrets, and someone found me out, yes. The way he smiles sends a chill down my spine. I still don't know who exactly, but I'll find out later. Okay. And pay them a little visit. Alright. Anyway, Azucena sent Jun to finish me off. Yes. I was a little surprised that she didn't come do it herself. Right. What better way to make sure the job is done? What better way to make sure the job is done, right? Yes. But I guess she thought it might be ironic to send the guy who helped me out on numerous occasions instead. Oh, true. Wait, what? Jun helped you? Yes. He nods. There are a few people who hate Azucena more than Junichi does. That much should be obvious to anyone. I almost walk right into a passerby at what he says. I step out of the way right in time. What? But that makes no sense. But he already expressed that he doesn't like her. Which is, yeah, I know it's weird, but like he still works for her in a way, so yeah. If he hates her so much, that does explain why he calls her rude names. That does explain why he calls her rude names all the time, I guess. Yeah, right? But still, if he hates her so much, why does he work for her? She's always had something over him. What though, I can only guess. Blackmail. It's not something he's ever shared with me. Oh. That still doesn't excuse the attempted murder on his part. Yasu sighs. Well, knowing that, I should have seen it coming. I'm sure Azucena had a good laugh at sending Junichi to do her dirty work. Right. No matter how skilled I was still only human then. And Jun happens to be a powerful vampire. Yes, we all saw that. There's a reason people don't mess with him for the most part. If you don't count Azucena, that is. So when he attacked me, I knew that may well be my end. But it wasn't. After a short fight, Jun finished it by biting me. The way he looked down at me, I think he regretted it. Oh. But in the end, he left me there to die. I thought I was going to die right there, all alone in some trash-filled alley, which would have sucked. But a familiar woman in red appeared before me then. My Shizuka, yes. Yasuhiro nods. She seemed sad. She even apologized for being too late. She said she would do what she could for me. The last thing I remember is her glowing green eyes. I was so confused as to why she was there, but I felt I could trust her in that moment. So that's what happened then. My investigation had indicated that a powerful sorceress had dealings with Azucena, and correct you were. If it was really her who put me into the coma, then she gave me a chance to change into a vampire instead of dying. She saved me. But it also probably means that she had something to do with the disappearances that I was originally looking into. Huh. I have no idea what to think. She helped Yasu, but then she was working for or with Azucena, and I know, it's complicated. Yeah, no idea what the fuck to think anymore. I push those thoughts away for now. Instead, I focus on getting my whatever Takumi is to me now back to safety. My friend that I really care about and that I have slept with on more than one occasion. Knowing that we have to prepare, I suggested that we go to Aurelia's and talk to her to see if she could do anything. Alright, but when we get to her place, we see Naoki already there, talking to Aurelia. Oh. Both of them turn to us as we walk in. Hello. I'm not Junichi, I'm his twin, so you can go ahead and stop glaring now. Twin, yes. Yasu goes quiet for a moment, looking pensive. For a small moment, I wish I could just read his thoughts. Then he looks at Aurelia with a smile. Long time no see, Aurelia. Oh my, they know each other? I guess so. That's an understatement. I'm glad that you're back safe. Right. Why are you here, Okura? Well, apparently losing patience, Jinso cuts through the greeting between old friends. Junichi has gone missing. Oh no. I believe that he is wherever Takumi Arai is. Maybe being held in the same shithole. Yasuhiro and Jinso looked thoughtful. I decided to take the moment of silence to chime in. So, why don't you come with us then? Yeah. It looks like Taku is where Azucena is, so that's where we're headed. We could always use more people. Especially strong ones. Hold up. What do you mean, hold up? Yes, that makes sense. I was going to go find him anyway. If they've truly taken Jun, they're likely no friend of mine anymore. I'm not the type to wait around and get attacked. Yes. If it's your family, why are they attacking Junichi then? And the Okura family is the largest vampire family in Japan, but the mafia is just a small part of that whole, and I rarely have anything to do with. Oh yeah, okay, so a small part of that whole, a part I rarely have anything to do with. As to your other questions, I can only assume that Azucena doesn't give a damn that we're part of the family. She's either trying to lure me into a trap, knowing I'd come after Jun, or she's simply trying to torture or kill Junichi. Naoki's face becomes dark at this last sentence, and I'm suddenly very aware that he's a powerful vampire. I see. We're all stuck in a really shitty situation. Jinsel steps forward. You could easily be lying and leading us into a trap. Dude, he wouldn't be here if he was. You're going right into the heart of the Akura Mafia territory. How could I possibly lead you into any bigger trap? How could I possibly lead you into any bigger of a trap? Yes. That's true. No one responds and Naoki walks to the door. Man, I love this man. Something about him is just like, man, I'm going whether you are or not. Okay, you can risk it on your own or come with me. I want to go with you. Fine, you have a point. But keep in mind that I never miss a shot. Now that that's settled, please give us a few minutes to properly prepare. I wasn't exactly planning on storming a mafia stronghold today. Yeah, I wasn't exactly prepared to storming a mafia stronghold today. Aurelia walks over to the kitchen. She pulls out a small bag that I recognize as a salve from a cabinet and puts it on the counter. You're coming too? Of course. Aurelia starts pulling out weapons out of the bag and without looking responds. Of course I am. But I am pretty fucking annoyed. You people are as bad as packs, dragging me into dangerous messes all the time. Sorry! Aurelia mutters under her breath as she continues her preparations. God damn it, Takumi, you stupid idiot. I know. I'll kick your ass later. You better be alive. I smile at Aurelia where she can't see me. She must be really upset to be talking like that. Naoki, Jinsel, and Yasuhiro begin planning their entry into Azucena's stronghold. I try to stay out of the way while the others prepare and strategize. Takumi, you better still be safe and alive, you idiot. I ain't killing you twice, alright? What kind of shit are you trying to pull anyway? I sigh, quietly wishing to myself that I can see him again soon. And when I do, I'll tell him that I'm alright, that none of this was his fault. Alright, let's do this! We decide to split up and go in groups. Right. The three men would go first, but if they took too long, I was to teleport inside to them along with Aurelia and help out. The plan was designed to create as little risk as possible to the weakest and least experienced members, but Jinsel refused to leave the two vampires alone. Why? I may be human, but I am a supernatural detective. I'm used to dealing with vampires, so just worry about yourself, Yasu. Yasu gives a little nod and Jinsel smiles. Are you sure you're going to be alright, Yasu? Aren't you rusty? Nah, for me it's like no time has passed. My body is stronger than ever. I got this. Alright! The man says he's got it. If you two are done posturing, then let's head inside. Good luck, all of you. Yeah, don't want anybody to die today. With that, the three go down a side alley, leaving Aurelia and me by ourselves. Yes. They're headed to where the Okura's base is, underground. Oh. Aurelia folds her arms and leans against the wall. She stares up at the full moon ahead of us, staying in the shadows. I sigh and lean against the wall with her. I decide to ask Aurelia a question that's been on my mind. Aurelia, how do you think Takumi will respond to Yasu now being a vampire? I'm sure there are more thankful things to be thankful for, for like, Yasu's awake, that's what I'm saying, is that I think that would overrule anything else. To be honest, I don't want to think about it. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll deal with it. The feeling of something akin to dread grasps at me. I'm sure he'll be glad to have him back though, right? I mean, sure, yeah. For sure. Aurelia doesn't say anything but nods faintly and we fall into silence again. I look up at the moon again, ignoring the whispering shadows, now closer than ever before. Alright. I glance at my watch. It's been an hour since they left. Should we go? I look at Aurelia, who nods and looks back at me. Time to go, whatever we meet in there though. It ain't gonna be pretty. Yeah, well, let's go. We may not come back out alive, but don't you dare let yourself think like that. Focus on survival, focus on seeing Takumi again. I swallow and nod in agreement. I reach out and grab Aurelia's small hand. Let's go. Let's do this! I close my eyes and then, in my mind's eye, send my soul out to look for the most familiar one, Yasu's. I sense it some distance away and put all my focus onto him. The now familiar feeling of porting engulfs me, and I hold on tighter onto Aurelia, a half paranoid that I might lose her. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! So, I teleport with Aurelia right in the middle of a big fight between several vampires and the guys. Jesus! As we appear on the scene, I see Jinsel pointing a gun my way, us having apparently gone into his trajectory. Oh shit, duck! He nearly shoots me, but Naoki runs towards me, picks me up, and moves before I even have the time to process what's going on. Thanks, man! I knew I could always count on you. He runs off again just as quick. Oh, what a gentleman. Nice job, Hannah. Sorry. Really put us right in the middle of the action. I'm sorry! Aurelia takes out a fancy-looking dagger of her own and thrusts it into a random nearby vampire's shoulder. I only have time to notice numerous bodies on the floor before one of the vampires come at me. I panic, end up somehow dodging him, and then I kick him away from me. Nice one, Hana. Thank you! Have you been training with Taku? Aurelia, sort of. Yasu yells as he shoots a vampire charging at him right between the eyes. The vampire crumples to the floor. Actually no, with me. Unlike the others, I have no time for snarky comments. I decide to try out a spell I've been studying to make people fall unconscious. Yeah, that'd be really helpful. Because after what happened last time, I don't want to kill anyone. My goal is to snap my fingers and make one of the random vampires fighting everyone to pass out. And make one of the random vampires fighting everyone to pass out at once. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be a really neat trick. But something goes wrong and one of the vampires ends up being thrown back at a wall. Oh, well, close enough. He almost hits Naoki, who narrowly dodges him. My bad. If that's what you call helping, don't. I'm sorry. Sorry. And Mr. Mayhem, I notice now calmly take down opponent after opponent. He seems to be employing some sort of precise martial arts moves instead of the street fighting all the other vampires use. I don't have time to wonder about him before another vampire is upon me. Hey now. He grabs me and squeezes me so hard that I think my bones are going to break. I snap my fingers in his face, he passes out and I fall to the ground with him. I quickly roll away and get up. Hey, it worked this time. Great. Let's try 3 now. Suddenly a group of other vampires rush in. I hear some of them yell for the silver dogs before quickly joining the fight. Oh, are they on our side? I watch as the vampires fight each other, and I'm actually not sure who is who anymore. I know, you all look alike! Oh my god, it's like Chris Tucker in that like spa fight scene in Rush Hour. I just try to stay out of the way as I don't want to accidentally attack someone who's on our side. So I settle for defending my friends instead. Yes, I'll just be backup. Snapping my fingers several times, I knock out quite a few vampires that were attacking. Oh man, it's like all I gotta do is just snap my fingers. Just snap. In this manner, the battle is quickly over and everyone's left breathing heavily. And all I did was snap my fingers. Aurelia stands to face the vampires that identify themselves as silver dogs. Why are you here? Like, now of all times. We knew of Azucena's trap for Naoki and Detective Yasuhiro. Oh, yes? So we decided to take that chance to kill off as many of her loyalists as possible. Okay. With this victory, we who are only loyal to Kenzo Okura will be able to take over the gang again. Okay. Alright, hold up. Trap? Where's Azucena? She's not here. Once she heard that you had woken up, she knew you'd come after her eventually. She's been hiding out for days. Huh. Another vampire steps forward, one that I recognize as the leader of the Silver Dogs. Ah yeah, Sunio! Hey man! I believe she was following a lead after that white-haired kid, if you want to go after her. She probably had her lover boy with her too. Her lover boy? Who's her lover boy? Oh! Jun. He has the last part, nodding at Now, who gives no expression. You just want us to take care of her for you. Of course. So we wish you all the luck and thank you for your help so far. That's it? Really? Oh god, you didn't even do anything. He laughs and leaves, but not before ordering his men to clean up the mess on the floor. My information must have been bad. Yeah, it was meant to get us killed. God damn it, I'm sorry. Nah, it's fine. Yasu pats Jinsel on the back. This chick is devious as hell and hard to catch. Don't worry about it, right? I can't hold it in anymore. Ugh, what now? Where is Taku? Oh shit! Something nearby explodes, causing Yasu to just narrowly dodge the shrapnel. Yeah, sorry. I got emotional. Naoki's steady and cool voice comes in, cutting through my frustration. Calm down and think about this logically. You know him well. What do you think he's doing? Where would he be now? The last we know of him, he was upset because of what happened to me. Me getting shot by Azucena. Oh yeah, I know Takumi. He must be trying to do something stupid. Going after Azucena. Or even trying to find a way out of humanity. Naoki suddenly frowns and looks away. You don't think he's trying to get himself turned into a vampire? Or some shit like that? Oh, if he is, I'll murder him myself. I look at everyone in confusion. What? Would you all me? But then everything clicks. Wait, Taku and Jun are together. So he is. So you think... Oh, we all look at each other. Come with me. Oh. Oh? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh. I'm still stressed. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna leave it here because that's what I promised myself to do. Like, pushing myself to do chapter 12 was all that I said I would do, and I'm gonna have to keep it because if I don't stop now, it's just gonna be one hella long episode. But oh my god, it's just no end to this. Honestly, I know it's literally just 14 chapters, but it's just God. Anyways, that's a lot of excitement for this episode. So, yes, I feel like it's a good place to leave it. We're gonna finish it off in the next episode, you guys, and we can conclude, and hopefully I can do this without further fucking it up again. Oh my god, I had no idea. I suck at listening to my gut instincts. Like, maybe it's because I'm just not getting back into the groove of, like, you know, Mystic Destinies universe yet. So I'm like ignoring all my gut instincts and still like in, I don't know, the letter mode, in which, whatever, I don't even know, fucking hell, fucking Christ. Oh well, whatever, that just, I guess it saves me time to do some of the other stuff, like endings and shit for Takumi. So yeah, okay, then, tune into the next episode, you guys. We're so close to finishing off his route and see what ending I end up getting. And so yeah, and it's exciting. Things are getting super exciting. And so yeah, tune in next time, you guys. But until then, bye!